Ever found your thoughts wandering to the rich history of Bolivia, tracing back to the Tiwanaku era? Bolivia, a land where history spans thousands of years, has been a cradle of civilization, with Lake Titicaca at its heart. This enchanting lake was the epicenter of one of the most advanced societies of the ancient world, the Tiwanaku people. The Tiwanaku people, the architects of an empire that would leave an indelible mark on Bolivia's history, were more than just survivors in the high-altitude Andean region. They were innovators, builders, and visionaries. They transformed the harsh Andean landscape into a thriving civilization, establishing a powerful regional presence. Around Lake Titicaca, the Tiwanaku people developed a complex society. They erected monumental structures, created intricate artworks, and devised advanced agricultural techniques. Their civilization was a beacon of ingenuity and resilience in a challenging environment. But empires, no matter how grand, are not immune to the forces of nature. The Tiwanaku civilization, despite its remarkable accomplishments, was not an exception. Climate change, the invisible enemy, began to gnaw at the roots of this once flourishing empire. As the climate shifted, the Tiwanaku people faced increasing challenges. Their sophisticated agricultural systems, designed for a specific climate, began to falter. The societal structure, which was so intimately tied to their environment, started to crumble. The climatic upheaval proved too much for the Tiwanaku. Their society, once a regional powerhouse, gradually dwindled. The mighty Tiwanaku civilization, the jewel of the Andes, was reduced to ruins. Their legacy, however, would echo through the ages, influencing societies and cultures that came after them. As the Tiwanaku civilization crumbled, another empire was on the rise, setting the stage for the Inca era. Following the fall of the Tiwanaku, the Inca Empire began its expansion into western Bolivia. Rising from the remnants of the Tiwanaku civilization, the Inca Empire sprawled across the Andean highlands, spreading its influence and culture. The Inca Empire, known as Tawantinsuyu, was a sophisticated society with a centralized government, a structured economy, and an intricate road system. Their rule brought about a period of stability and prosperity to the areas they conquered, Bolivia included. The Inca introduced Quechua as a lingua franca, a legacy that endures in modern Bolivia, with Quechua remaining one of the official languages. The Incas' advanced agricultural practices, such as terracing and irrigation systems, transformed the Bolivian landscape, making it fertile for the cultivation of potatoes and maize. Yet the Inca Empire was not without its challenges. Internal strife weakened their hold on power, creating an opportunity for foreign invaders. Enter the Spanish conquistadors, led by Francisco Pizarro. Armed with advanced weapons and driven by a thirst for gold, the Spanish were a formidable force. The Inca, despite their numerical superiority, were no match for the invaders. The Spanish strategy of divide and conquer, coupled with the devastating impact of diseases brought from Europe, led to the downfall of the Inca Empire. The Spanish conquest was ruthless and swift. The last Inca ruler, Atahualpa, was captured and executed. The once mighty Inca Empire was reduced to a puppet state under Spanish control. The indigenous people, including the Inca, were subjected to the harsh rule of the Spanish, their culture and traditions often suppressed. The Inca Empire, once a formidable force, fell to the Spanish conquistadors, marking the beginning of a new era. The fall of the Inca Empire marked the end of an epic and the dawn of a new chapter in Bolivian history, one filled with resistance, struggle, and ultimately, the quest for independence. The Spanish arrival heralded a turbulent period in Bolivian history, with power struggles and rebellions aplenty. As the Inca Empire fell, the Spanish conquistadors led by Francisco Pizarro took control. They established a puppet Inca state, a facade of the once mighty empire, now manipulated to the whims of their Spanish overlords. But the conquest was not a smooth-sailing journey for the Spaniards. A civil war erupted between Pizarro and his one-time comrade Diego de Almagro. Both sought to claim the vast wealth and power that the New World offered. This conflict delayed the settlement of Bolivia, as the Spanish were more focused on their internal power struggle than the administration of their new territories. Despite the turmoil, the Spanish eventually established their authority. The outcome of the Civil War left Pizarro victorious, and with Almagro out of the picture, the process of colonization could truly begin. Bolivia fell under the viceroyalty of Peru, a Spanish colony that stretched from modern-day Panama to the southern tip of Chile. Later, Bolivia was integrated into the viceroyalty of Rio de la Plata, another Spanish administrative division. The Spanish brought with them new cultural influences, economic systems, and religious practices that shaped Bolivia's societal structure, leaving a legacy that endures to this day. But with the foreign rule came resistance. The indigenous people were not passive observers to their own subjugation. Rebellions were common, and the seeds of a desire for independence were sown. The Spanish rule was oppressive, and the indigenous people yearned for their freedom. Under Spanish rule, Bolivia was part of two viceroyalties, but the yearning for independence was growing stronger. The struggle for power had begun, setting the stage for the fight for Bolivia's liberation. The winds of change were blowing across Latin America as Bolivia joined the Spanish-American Wars of Independence. The late 18th and early 19th centuries marked a pivotal era in Bolivian history. As the Spanish grip on its American colonies began to loosen, the seeds of revolution were sown in the Bolivian lands. The spirit of independence was ignited by the actions of prominent figures such as Pedro Domingo Murillo, a fearless leader who, in 1809, led an uprising in La Paz against Spanish rule. His rebellion, although short-lived, was a powerful symbol of resistance that inspired many others to fight for the cause of freedom. Simon Bolivar, the renowned liberator, also played a significant role in Bolivia's fight for independence. His vision of a united Latin America free from Spanish rule resonated with the Bolivian people, stoking the flames of rebellion. The path to independence was far from smooth. The Spanish forces fiercely resisted, leading to a series of bloody battles. The Battle of Ayacucho, fought in December of 1824, marked a decisive victory for the independence forces and signaled the end of Spanish rule in South America. Following this victory, on August 6, 1825, the Bolivian Republic was established, named in honor of Simon Bolivar. This marked the dawn of a new era for Bolivia. A constitution was drafted, and Bolivar was declared the country's first president, although he never actually took office. The fight for independence was a tumultuous journey marked by courage, sacrifice, and resilience. It was a struggle against oppression, a fight for freedom, and a quest for self-determination. With independence, Bolivia faced new challenges, including wars and territorial losses, but it had finally carved out its own path. The journey towards independence was a testament to the indomitable spirit of the Bolivian people, who, despite the odds, persevered to shape their own destiny. The history of Bolivia is a tapestry of empires, conquests, and a relentless pursuit of independence. This journey has taken us from the high-altitude civilization of Tiwanaku, a society that thrived around Lake Titicaca, mastering advanced techniques and leaving behind a rich cultural heritage. We've traversed the epic of the mighty Inca Empire, a period that saw Western Bolivia become an integral part of an extensive territory. The narrative then ushered us into the era of Spanish rule, a tumultuous time marked by rebellions, power struggles, and the establishment of a puppet Inca state. We witnessed the delayed settlement of Bolivia due to a civil war between Francisco Pizarro and Almagro, until Spanish authority was eventually established. Our journey culminated with the fight for independence, a period that saw Bolivia emerge from the shadows of the Viceroyalty of Peru and the Viceroyalty of Rio de la Plata, to become the Bolivian Republic in 1825. This was a time of wars, territorial losses, and a fervent struggle to regain sovereignty. But why do we delve into the annals of history? Why do we recount the tales of empires long gone and struggles of yesteryears? It's because history is not just a chronicle of past events. It's a complex, interwoven narrative that shapes our present and influences our future. It provides context, fosters understanding, and promotes empathy. Understanding the history of Bolivia helps us appreciate the resilience of its people, the richness of its culture, and the vibrancy of its present. If you enjoyed this journey through Bolivia's rich history, subscribe to our channel, like, and share this video for more enlightening content. Remember, knowledge is power,